Hi everyone. So I'm very, very excited today to be joined by three very talented young women, Lalita, Anna, and Shona. They've also recently formed a band called Hamburger Momma. So very welcome, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Why don't we get started with you guys telling me how did the three of you meet, and how did the idea of forming the band came about?
We all met at college. We went to the same college, and me and Lil were in music tech class together. But we also knew Shona, and we'd always just we'd hang out in the music studio together. I think that's like our first kind of music kind of relationship started.
Yeah, I think it's something that, I mean, we were all kind of interested in music. We all, attended a few gigs together, local, a few festivals. I think we always kind of played with the idea. We've all got an interest in music. Me and Anna played a musical instrument, so we thought, let's kind of turn that kind of passion into something productive. And I think that's where the idea of starting the band really kind of came from. And then obviously when Shona bought her instrument as well, it just kind of like pieced everything together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's where it all started.
Sounds great. Thank you. And so was it during the lockdown that you guys got together and wanted to, form the band, or was it slightly before that? Like, when did it actually happen?
It was just before lockdown, weeks before. So we managed to get a couple of rehearsals and just like discuss a couple of ideas, and then that's when it all went into lockdown. So then everything was done kind of virtually, and over Zoom, things like that.
And how have you been finding that? Like, obviously everybody has had enough time to get used to, being home, working from home, working virtually, the whole situation. But how are you finding it? Was it difficult for you guys not to be with each other? And actually, because, for something like, music, it kind of, can be tricky. So how did you find that?
It's definitely been difficult.
Yeah.
Like trying to rehearse and stuff, it's so much more difficult to not be there in person and like to sort of bounce ideas off each other.
I think a lot of our ideas as well came from when we were together.
Yeah.
And we were jamming, and now that's kind of gone. It's a lot harder.
Yeah, I can imagine. And well, hopefully things are going to get better, and that's the hope. And I'm sure we'll get there, very soon. So I really find the name very interesting. So, how did the name Hamburger Momma came about?
The name is a lyric from one of the Clash's songs. It's from Charlie Don't Surf. And I went through a big phase where I couldn't stop listening to the Clash, and I just thought that lyric was so cool and would make a really good band name.
Yeah, and I think I found it pretty cool, and also it's more like just, there's so many connotations and so much talk about it's not pretentious at all. That's what I really like about it. It's really, really cool, and it is just being who you are, generally. So tell me a little bit about music that inspires you. What kind of music do you listen to individually? Like, if you go, maybe start from Anna and then Shona and Lalita.
I think it's good because we all kind of like the same artists and bands and genres, and we go to gigs together and stuff. But then also we've got our own kind of niche ones that we like. For me, I'm really inspired by a lot of female artists. I love like electronic music, pop, indie. Main ones being I love Imogen Heap, and I love the drums, and I love MIA. Just lots of different people, really. Yeah.
What about you, Shona?
I listen to quite a wide range of music, but I really enjoy like 70s music, things like T-Rex, Fleetwood Mac. I like quite a lot of like new wave bands like Talking Heads. And I just try and take like little bits from all the bands I like and try and incorporate it into my own playing style.
Yeah, great. And Melissa?
I think it's the same for all of us. I mean, we've all got quite varied music tastes. So from like, I mean, I listen to quite, you know, like classical or, you know, kind of old school jazz, and then also modern pop, like a lot of indie, alternative. So I think for all of us, it's just a range of everything that's kind of influenced our sounds. And then also our individualistic tastes as well. That's kind of influenced the collective collaboration of how we work together as well.
Yeah. And I always wonder, like, you know, again, like, you know, you guys have known each other, you like similar kind of music, but are there times when there's, you know, a kind of conflict in the sense that, you know, somebody doesn't quite like it? And how do you deal with those situations, or do you even come across them at all?
I think we're quite honest with each other. So the way we work, I mean, I think it's important to be. That's how it's going to work. But at the same time, I find there's not really been a lot of conflict in a sense. I always find it's the opposite. So if I'm stuck on an idea, you know, we kind of share, and then collaboratively we kind of piece things together. So, you know, like guitar parts that I might not have thought of, that I was stuck on a section of a song, you know, Anna or Shona, they'll come up with something, and then, you know, it just fits and it just works. And I think having that kind of collaborative unit, it really helps in a way that, you know, it's not a selfish way, like it's not your own music, it's working collectively. And just to make it better, you know, you have ideas, you bounce ideas off each other, things that you wouldn't have initially thought of. And I think it's really great to work in that kind of dynamic.
Yeah, that's really good. How would you describe music? Like, you know, I think everybody relates to it differently, right? So if I were to say, what is music to you, what would be your individual views? What is it to you?
For me, I mean, my dad's a musician, so I grew up around music. It's just a part of, you know, daily life. You know, I don't really know anything besides it. I was never forced into it, or I was never kind of, you know, told to pursue anything musical in any way. But for me, I found it's something that helps me to express myself in a creative way and articulate my ideas, my thoughts, in a way that often I wouldn't be able to get across in any other format. So I feel that's what music is to me.
Shauna?
Music's just something just that I really love. I love playing music, I love listening to music, I love going to gigs. And similarly to Lil, it's just been something that's always been there throughout my life. Like I can remember like all the music my mum used to play like growing up, and like that I listen to a lot of the same stuff now. So
good. Anna?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I've always kind of grew up around it. I had like music lessons, and I was always in like music after school clubs kind of thing. I did orchestra and I played piano. So I've always had that. It was like a hobby to me, and I always enjoyed listening to it. I just love listening to new music, and I did music tech and stuff, and I just really enjoy it. It just makes me happy. I don't have to force myself to do it or anything. So.
No, absolutely. Like I think when you love something, the amount of passion you can put into creating, you know, something around it's just at a different level. And you know, I wanted to say this, like, you know, I cover this topic a lot about gender inequality in the world. And I feel so proud, you know, not that I'm very experienced. I'm much older than you guys, but I'm not experienced at all. I've still got so much to learn. But I feel so proud when young women like yourselves, you dream and you work hard to achieve that dream. Because if you think about it, there's so many young girls and even women out there in different parts of the world who are not, even if they're able to dream, they are not supported with those dreams, which means when you do that and you're able to work hard to achieve those dreams, you become an inspiration for those young girls in other parts of the world who are not really able to, you know, for whatever situations they're in, because of the inequality that we have in the world, they are not able to even dare, they don't even dare dream. And, you know, if they see young girls like yourselves, like doing it, working hard to get that, it kind of gives them hope, and, you know, it inspires them. So I'm so proud of you guys, like, you know, you're coming together and creating something, working hard to do that. It's so, so important. So even though you probably don't realize, or you do, but like, you know, without knowing it as well, you're contributing to that. So it's really, really important. So, you know, you should be so, so proud of yourselves as well. So yeah, I you know, just carry on doing what you're doing, put the work into it, and never let anyone bring you down. You know, just stick together and just carry on doing what you're doing. Another question. So about your song, tell me about the song, you know, Closer to You. I've heard it a few times. We played a lot in the house, and I really like it. So tell me the story behind the song. Like, what were your thoughts, and what did you want to say, you know, with the song?
I think, so I wrote the song actually a couple of years ago, and it was just an idea that I was kind of sitting on, and it never really went anywhere. But at the time, it was just, you know, when inspiration kind of strikes, it was just, I think I recorded like the basis of the structure within like an hour or so. And it wasn't anything, again, like not too much thought went into it. You know, there was some chords, a melody, and then I tend to work in a way that I piece together lyrics that almost sound like the melody, and I kind of write that way. And then again, it was just, I kind of left it for, you know, a couple of months. I'd come back to it, but the inspiration, I don't know, it was missing something. And then, you know, when obviously we discussed the idea of actually forming the band, it was one of the first kind of pieces that I shared with the girls. And I think, again, it's that kind of collaborative working together, that they were able to add their input and just elevate the whole thing to, you know, something that we're proud of and proud to put out.
You know, a lot of times I always wonder about this with songwriting. A lot of people say you have to feel what you're writing, but a lot of people think that you can think of an idea and just, you know, say it the way you want to say it. How does it work for you? Like, is it exactly what you're feeling at the time, or can you think about somebody else's situation, try to put yourself in that situation and write it? Like, how does it work?
I think the inspiration and the kind of essence of the song, and we keep getting the same feedback as well, is that it has quite like a summery kind of vibe, like just kind of feel good, quite relaxed. But yeah, I think I speak for all of us when I say we're not too technical in the way that we work. So it is more about the feeling. It is more about the kind of passion behind it.
So what's next? I mean, I am going to definitely talk about the song. Are you guys happy for me to share the, you know, which I'm going to share the links and everything? So what's next? What are you thinking of doing next?
I think we've got a couple of ideas, but ideally we do want to kind of see how this year goes in terms of the lockdown. Because obviously we want that kind of time to kind of rehearse together in person. You know, it makes it a lot easier. Again, that kind of bouncing ideas off each other. So I guess we'll have to see. We do want to do, you know, live shows as well at some point. I mean, we formed just before the pandemic, so we've not actually performed anywhere together. So I mean, that's, you know, the first kind of step that we want to take.
Well, that sounds great. Anna, like, you know, how do you see it? And you know, I know it's just been a you know, kind of a letdown with the whole situation that we are in at the moment. But how do you see yourselves like going ahead? You know, based on the situation, how it changes. What are your feelings? Like, how are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling optimistic. It's just difficult really at the minute. I'm just really eager to see everyone, you know, get all this, because, you know, we've got a couple of song ideas, but it's just we need to get recording and get it out. It's like frustrating that we can't do it. When like lockdown's over, I just want to do it.
I know it is frustrating, right? But you always think about it, you know, in a positive way, in the sense that the way I see it, like, obviously my situation is different, you know, in the sense that my whole situation is around working from home, like how am I dealing with that? But there's always positives you can take out of it, right? So I actually feel like I never had a work-life balance that I'm getting now. And the more I'm getting to know myself as well. So something like going for walks on my own, listening to music. I mean, I always prefer to listen to music when I'm going for walks, but like the time I'm getting to spend with myself and thinking, it's just like at a different level, right? So yeah, I always, you know, think of the blessings that we have and, you know, think about the positives. But yeah, it is a frustrating situation. I can imagine you guys, like, in the sense that, you know, obviously it's ideal to be there in person with each other, bouncing off ideas. But yeah, it will get there. So yeah, I am very, very, you know, excited and positive about what's to come for you guys when things are better. Shauna, any thoughts? Like, how do you feel about the whole situation?
It's just so frustrating because there's songs that we're so close to finishing, but they just need like a few tweaks.
Yeah.
But it's just so, I just much prefer rehearsing in person.
Yeah.
And like being able to play things to each other and just show things. But we'll get there in the end. Hopefully we haven't got too much longer of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But we'll just have to wait and see, really.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Are you guys very close to each other? Like, you know, do you live close to each other or are you far?
I live in Birmingham, so I'm a little bit further away from where they are, but not too far.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely helps. Yeah, anything you would like to share? You know, this is like not about the current situation, but like making music itself. Are there anything that really inspires you, or anything that kind of can be slightly demotivating when you're trying to create music? Any experiences, any examples?
I think kind of going back to what you were saying about, you know, females, you know, achieving their dreams, you know, kind of developing skills, maybe not having the resources to do so.
Yeah.
I think the pandemic, you're right, in a way, you know, there are kind of blessings in disguise where it's giving us time to prepare and, you know, work towards pushing that kind of momentum through our work, where we do want to inspire other females to do the same. I know there's a lot of pressures on women, you know, society's kind of ideologies of what you should be achieving by a certain age or by a certain point in your life. But I think if you've got a passion, you want to develop a skill, we should be supporting each other collectively to kind of, you know, help each other. You know, if you don't have the support or resources to do so, this is where we need to, you know, kind of step it up, you know, act out, inspire women to do the same thing, like through our actions. So I think that's what we want to kind of achieve through our work.
Go ahead, Shauna.
And we've been really lucky because we've just had so much support. We've had so many people like reaching out to us, like wanting to work with us or collaborate, and we've just been really lucky.
Yeah, and it's not to put pressure on you to say, oh, you have to be role models for someone. It's not that at all. I think it's just, you know, doing what you're doing and, you know, just trying to achieve your dream and working hard towards it. It in itself is like going to have that effect on, you know, other younger women, you know, who want to do similar things, but are not probably in an ideal situation, but it will give them hope to dream and, you know, at least make an effort. So I think that's substantial. And in a world where we're trying to achieve, you know, equality, gender equality, I think that's exactly what we need, like, you know, women supporting other women and just being there and, like, you know, being cheerleaders for each other. And I think you are already in that position, that you're already doing that. So really, you know, well done and many congratulations on that. And I'm so excited to see what you guys do next. And I can't wait to, you know, share your song with other people. And all my best wishes, and carry on doing what you're doing. Like I said, I feel personally so proud of you, and so many of us are. So, you know, thank you so much for doing that. And really looking forward to what you guys are going to bring in the future.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Stay positive. It's all going to work out. I know it's frustrating, but just hang in there. And you know, can't wait to see you guys achieve, you know, different heights of success. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for speaking to us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Take care. Speak soon. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.